Hello, this is East Health TV. I am Opio Nathan Nsubuga, the doctor today. This coming week, there is an interesting topic that we shall be sharing about called family planning. A lot of questions have been coming here and there. What is family planning? Doctor, which method is good for me? You know, people have assumptions. Some are myth and some are true. For example, some ladies come and say, me, I have never given birth. Doctor, which method do you think is suitable for my case? Someone says, me, I'm just from giving birth. Which method do you think is suitable for me? That's why we are going to start understanding about family planning beginning tomorrow, Monday. What is family planning though? According to WHO definition or World Health Organization, the definition that is given to us is family planning means having children by choice, not chance. Having children by choice, not chance. Everyone, there is something you didn't know. There is what we call fertility rate. Fertility rate. Fertility rate. Now, fertility rate, it is the number of children a mother or a woman gives birth to in her entire lifetime. How many children does a mother gives birth to in all her lifetime, especially the reproductive age? It is believed that countries like South Korea have the lowest fertility rate or fertility rate. South Korea, in fact, it is followed by Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong, then Japan. Even Japan is called Super Age Society, meaning the people, they have the biggest population in Japan are people who are of old age. As we see in Uganda that over 70% are youth. In Japan, it is the vice versa. Over 70% are old age. Why? Because of low fertility rate. So, as I told you, countries like South Korea, they have the lowest fertility rate. Why? Because in most cases, their countries, they have policies governing the giving of birth. For example, in China, I remember, they had what we call the child policy. For example, from the year 1979 to the year 2015, the child policy in China, it was one child policy. Every family, a couple in China, you only give birth to one child. And if you give birth to the second child, there are penalties and charges, taxes that you pay. So, however, it was revised in 2015. And in 2016, they brought a two-child policy in China that they could allow them to give birth, at least a couple, to have two children. But however, of recent, in 2021, they brought a three-child or three-children policy. Like a couple, they're allowed to give birth to 3 children. However, since it has been in their mind, it has become a routine. It has become a habit for them because of the many years they spent giving birth to one child. Those people, it has become a habit for them to have a low fertility rate. That's why when you go to countries like South Korea, like Taiwan, like Singapore, like Hong Kong, like Japan, you may have a family that they even don't have any child. Why? Because of the high living standards. It is hard to live there. Rent is high, school fees is hard. It is really, really hard for someone to survive. That's why they have a low fertility rate. But we, for example, in Africa, we have a high fertility rate. Someone may think Uganda is one of them. True. But among the first 5 countries with the highest fertility rate, Uganda is not there among the 5. In fact, the first is Chad. Then we have countries like Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. We have Central Republican, we have Niger, Somalia. In the first 5, those are African countries where at least one mother on average give the birth to 7 children. So that's why we are going to be understanding about family planning to see how can you have your children by choice, not by chance. You know, in most cases, marriages in Africa accidental. Similarly, children in Africa accidental. A child comes when you're not prepared. Even marriages come when people are not prepared. That's why we, as we are living in our era today, let's understand how can you have children, not by chance, but whether by choice. You just choose, you decide as a couple that since now we are ready, let's have a child. And you can even decide we shall have 2, 3, 5, or 10, depending on the ability you have to manage them. So tomorrow, let's wait and understand this. This is East Health TV. Opio Nathan is my name in Subuga. Subscribe our channel. Next week, we are coming to understand about family planning. Love you so much. Subscribe, share, and like.